Henk, we're in Wensbury at the Kuka headquarters, and this is the training centre. Can you tell me a little more about the KR16, please?
Sure. The KR16 is the standard robot that we use in our training facilities throughout the world, and that means that people who come to Kuka training always get the same level of training anywhere. So this ensures that people are well trained everywhere. The KR16 is a 16 kilo robot, which refers to the payload that we can mount in the end of the arm, and it has a reach of 1.6 meters, which is the reach from the base to the end of the arm. 6 axis means that it's possible to move the robot around the workpiece to perform all kinds of applications relevant to particular customer needs. So it's very flexible. And we have a couple of choices. We can apply a process tool to the end of the robot, or we can apply a gripper, so we can do a handling application with this particular robot.
And I know it's driven by the very popular Kuka automation software. What separates the robot and the software from your competitors?
Well, inside the KRC robot controller, we have the basic software that is responsible for the motion control, the interface to the outside world in terms of I/O or field buses, and the logic. But on top of that, we have application-driven software that is specific to customer requirements. So for instance, if we have a welding application, we have ArcTech software. If we have a handling application, we have GripperTech software, and we have software relating to a host of different applications such as laser, welding, sealing, palletizing. And the idea of this software is to make it easy for the user to use our software in the most friendly way possible. So for instance, if we have a handling application with GripperTech, we just introduce 2 new keys onto the smart pad for gripper open, gripper close. So that means then that the user doesn't have to write any special code.
Sure. And what type of applications can we use it for? I know 16 kilos doesn't sound a lot, but it is actually quite a heavy component. So could it be used for CNC machining, or maybe picking and placing of machine components?
Well, the choice of the robot is really dictated by the payload that we need on the end of the robot, and the reach that we need to have on this robot. In essence, all robots work in a similar way, so it's just a choice which robot is right for the application. A 16 kilo robot would be very useful for handling applications. It could be used for welding applications, although 16 kilos is probably a little bit too much for a typical arc welding application, unless perhaps we use a twin wire torch, then you might want to use this kind of robot. You could use it for light duty trimming applications, perhaps. It's a very popular robot within our range, I would say. And of course it's not too large as well. Sometimes customers don't have a lot of space on their shop floor, so the temptation is to go for perhaps a robot that gives you more flexibility in terms of reach, but then it also requires more floor space.
So when you supply a robot here from Kuka, how does it get integrated? Well,
Kuka's remit is to supply robotic equipment, being robots, linear units, manipulators, and application support, and also customer service support. When we receive an inquiry from an end user, we initially qualify that inquiry, and then we team up with an appropriate system partner who's expert in that given application. And that way we can ensure that the end user will get the best of both worlds. They get a high quality Kuka robot, but they also get the added value of people who understand the process very well.